Hey guys, welcome back to the English Gentleman Gamer with me, Roscoe, and here's Grand Theft Auto, the original version. This is actually the Game Boy Color version, but I am told, I am led to believe reliably, that it's pound for pound exactly the same as the original PC version from 1996, 97, I think it was. So, 16, 17 years old. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I was lucky enough to play the PlayStation version back in the day. The difference that struck me, obviously other than the graphics, is a limited palette on the Game Boy Color, was also the sound. The audio wasn't quite as good, but I'm told everything else apart from that is in this game. Just this is easy for me to record, basically. That's the reason why I picked this one. And I haven't actually played it before, so I did spend an hour or two in this. This is just the beginning, though. Always a good idea to get them crates. Yeah, I don't think anyone ever appreciated when this game first came out. I mean, there was a hoo-ha about it in the press and stuff, I remember. The fact that you were not encouraged, but you weren't discouraged or penalised from, I remember running down the lines of Buddhist monks chanting as they walked down the street, for example. And obviously, it was fairly violent-ish for its time. But I don't think anyone appreciated that we go from this top-down game and get to where we are now, which is the release last week of Grand Theft Auto 5, and that's all over the news, all over the games magazines and games websites and stuff, and all over YouTube. It's quite a long way since, quite a long time since this game. Well, Grand Theft Auto 3 was where it really changed. I mean, this is Genesis, if you will. This is where it all started. I suppose all the ideas were in this game. This was just me struggling to get in this car at the time, because there's obviously a limited control on a Game Boy Color, and it took me. I even looked up on the internet what the controls were, and even actually pressing the right controls, it took me a while to get in the bloody car. Anyway, all the ideas are in there: stealing cars, doing bank jobs, running assassinations. All the ideas were in there. It was Grand Theft Auto 3 that took it from an infamous game to a great game. I mean, in my opinion, for a Game Boy game, this is very good, but for some of the PC games that were out at the time and came out before Grand Theft Auto 3, it was kind of a niche game, really. Obviously, it didn't help that it had an 18 certificate as well. It came out on the PlayStation, but yeah, it was the PS2 version, because at the time, I seem to remember Sony had an exclusive deal with Rockstar. That Grand Theft Auto, certainly up until I think San Andreas was where it changed. I can't remember. Remember there was some sort of deal where I think San Andreas came out first, but it did eventually come out on the Xbox One. I can't quite remember. It did eventually. This sort of exclusivity deal did eventually expire. But yeah, it was on the PS2, and between Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City, which is my personal favourite, they helped shift a fucking awful lot of PlayStation 2s. But here it is. This is what you did. It was top down. The controls were fairly didn't need to be complicated because you're either playing on a Game Boy or on a keyboard. But the gameplay was the same. Had they introduced the idea of radio stations and stuff. The idea of just if you wanted to, you could just run around shooting, running folk over, and evading the cops and stuff, and you could go into the pay and spray, I think it was, to recolour your car to get away from them, and the wanted level and all this stuff. Like I say, all the ideas that we know and love in GTA Vice City, in my case, or GTA 5 if that's your favourite game or whatever. It took me a while to work out where I'm supposed to go on this one. I go around the back, I think. Yeah, all the ideas are here. You can pick up different guns, you can just shoot random people, you can just go and explore the city for hours on end and finding out what DMA Designs have put in the game, as it is in this case, before they became Rockstar North. So it's all there, so just, like the series says, before they were famous, this was what the original GTA looked like and how it played. If you can, it's worth having a go. Apparently, it was at one point free off Rockstar on their website. Apparently that's not there anymore, according to Wikipedia that I looked up. But, I'm sure you could find a copy if you really wanted to. I'm not suggesting you download it illegally, but if they're giving it away free, I don't see what harm it would do. But there you go, this is Grand Theft Auto in all its glory, the original version. So there we go. It's come a long way since then. Obviously GTA 3 was the landmark game, if you will, that introduced us to the full 3D world, and it's just grown in leaps and bounds ever since. And the maps have got bigger, the challenges, the missions, whatever, have all got bigger and grander. You know, you're doing. You could fly in Vice City. I think there was one mission where you took a plane. Another one where you could, if you disguised yourself as a copper, you were able to go and nick the Apache helicopter, which was a lot of fun for 10 minutes till you got shot down. But there you go. News-wise on the channel, I've definitely got one Battlefield 3 video to do. For some reason, the video quality is a bit fucked up. I don't know why, but it's kind of fucked up in a couple of places. But there's a couple of things I want to talk about in that one. And the games in 60 seconds series, I'm going to try and do a bit more on that as well. Plus, I'm actually trying to finish that bloody Brigmore Witches thing to once and for all. I do intend getting the platinum for Dishonored because it's about the only game I've come close to getting any of the trophies for. So there you go. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good weekend, and I'll catch you later. Thanks for listening. Bye.